Hey man, DJ Strick here, and this is the Streamers Hub. Monday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You have me, and it is my pleasure to be here with you tonight. So if you're watching this, whether it's live or in a replay, do me a favor. If you hear something tonight that you like, that is really smart, engaging, something that you've learned, please click the like button. Let me know that the information we're giving out to you through the Streamers Hub is working and is effective. And can also let me know where you're watching from. I would love to know where you are from so we know how this is affecting people around the world. That being said, we're talking about something that's dear to my heart, okay? Been streaming since during the pandemic. And one of the things that I know as a content creator is that sometimes it does get tough. And the algorithm, in some cases, and I'll explain that tonight, could affect your mental health. How do we handle creating and having a healthy mental status or status, however you want to pronounce that? All right, tonight we're going to talk all about it. I'm going to give you some tips, some tricks, some things for you to think about to help you through your creator journey. You stick to this. All of the people that you see that have the plaques on the wall that are very successful with YouTube, the one thing that makes them, one thing that is, how I want to say this, let me say it this way. The one thing that's the same with all of them is they stuck with it. They may have had some times where they were more connected to their content than others, but more importantly, year over year, they kept creating. And as they kept creating, they were able to grow an audience that now we see them as successful. You're getting started with this. You can't think that 1 month you're going to be one of these channels with 1 million subscribers. Really doesn't work that way. But I want to talk about it all tonight. So we're going to talk about the algorithm. We're going to talk about social media, and we're going to talk about your mental health. But before I get started, I want to talk to people that really want to use affiliate marketing. We have a plan here, and I want to make this bigger so you guys can see it. There we go. I'll switch. 25% recurring commission on any of your affiliate links that you send out. People purchase OneStream Live. You can get 25% recurring commission out of what they have purchased. You know, we have different plans, but you get 25% of what they purchase. And that is a great way, whether you are a customer of OneStream Live or not, to monetize your efforts as you are creating. That's one of the things that I really believe that as a content creator, if we had more opportunity to make money, it will also give us less burnout because we're making money for the time that we're spending. And that is definitely a way to do it. And we also have the partnership program. And for whatever reason, that's not coming up right now. With our partnership program, you could be a part of the streaming network like me. So if you're someone that has a social media following and know how to create content for brands, guess what? There's an opportunity with OneStream Live. All you have to do is send your information. I'm going to try one more time to pull this up. Your information to content at onestream.live. I don't have to read it. I say this every week. I know this. Send your social media profile, the one with the largest followers and likes and all of that, to content at onestream.live, and they will be contacting you with an opportunity to go live just like I am. Man, this will be really cool. That being said, I do want to dive into this information tonight. So there's a couple of things I want to be sure that I say that you can get something out of tonight. So in the description, we're going to talk about how live streams, or in this live stream, we're going to tackle connection between algorithm and well-being. So that's the first thing I'm going to talk about. We're going to get expert tips from me, of course, using social media for good, and discover how to live stream your own wellness initiative. I like that. I like that. Before we could live stream our own wellness initiative, guess what? We have to have one. So we're going to talk about that tonight as well. So let's tackle the first thing. This is me and you. And It's Erica as well. Happy Monday to you, Erica. Thank you for hanging out with me tonight. Let me go ahead and connect my live chat so I can have that going. With the new dashboard inside of OneStream Live, you actually have to connect it so you can do what I'm doing now, which is showing Erica with Talk Virtual, and she's saying Happy Monday, DJ Strick. So thank you and welcome to the stream show. Glad to the Streamers Hub. Glad that you can hang out with me tonight. Cool. That being said, the first thing is first. Algorithm. This is what I want you to think about when it comes to the algorithm with your social media. All right. And I really want to talk to YouTubers, but also this could go towards Instagram. It could go towards TikTok. Who knows if we'll have it in 9 months, but we want to talk about that. And Facebook and Twitter. So people use all of those things to communicate. And there's several other social media platforms out there that you could be on. LinkedIn, you could be there as well. But I want you to think about the algorithm as a new term. The new term is audience. Okay, this is actually coming from the vice president of YouTube. Changing your mindset about this computer program as an algorithm, and more importantly, an audience that you have an opportunity to generate. Okay, an audience that you can engage with, an audience that you can talk to, and an audience that you could then give information to, give content to. All right. So instead of seeing this big, man, the algorithm is not picking me up. Oh, my audience is not liking this content. Oh man, the algorithm didn't show my post today. Oh, my audience didn't see my post today. You see how those things are different? But if you think about the algorithm as a person or a people or a group of people, it's different than thinking about it as a computer program. In most cases, everybody is not the same. But in most cases, when it comes to social media, there is a percentage of people that your post goes to. If those people engage with that post, the system then sends it out to more people. So the idea is, how can I make something as a creator that is going to resonate with my audience quickly enough to get them to respond with a like, with a star, with a comment, with a share. All these are ways that people can, from a social media standpoint, get to you. Now, when it comes to YouTube and it is content on YouTube, YouTube is sending it out to a group of people as well. And as those people respond to it or watch it, it actually sends it out to more. And you can get recommended based off of the people that have watched it and for the content that's inside. It's an audience. It's your audience. So when your audience, with on YouTube, you have subscribers, when they see there's a new piece of content, how often are those people going to watch it? What do you think about that? Even some of the biggest YouTubers are saying that 50% is outstanding subscribers that are in your audience that are watching your content. 50% is a great number. People are not even getting that. As far as subscribers then watching the material. Now, I don't know why those people would subscribe and not be connected to the material, but that happens a lot, especially with the larger YouTube channels. I want you to be thinking about that. Like, so this problem will, unless you really hone in on who your subscribers are, this problem with the numbers will never go away. Okay? I'm trying to help you get a sense of, hey, this algorithm should be called audience, and my audience is what I should be making content for. I talk all the time, I talk about the niche and how do you come up with a niche. I think it was just last week I explained that a friend of mine just changed his niche or niche, however you want to pronounce that. He changed who he was producing content for. He had used all of this time, all of these skills that he learned over time, and he's decided to go to his new niche, and it works for him. His skill set, the way he produces his show really works with this new concept. And guess what? Within a couple of months, he's talking over 100,000 people, a plaque from YouTube, and all of that. I'm just really surprised at his growth and what happened in the amount of time that it happened. And guess what? I'm one of those people that say, man, when friends of mine or people that I know really well do well on these platforms, it means that I'm not that far. And that's the same thing for you. All we have to do is just then learn. Now, his content that he's making is not content I would make, but I can learn how to pivot and maybe do one or two things differently with my same skill set and connect with the audience that I know is out there. How do you connect with an audience you know is out there? First of all, let me go back to what I was going to say about having a niche or a niche. Same word, different pronunciation. No worries. You have to find something that you really love doing. And now, because I'm having this conversation, this part makes a lot of sense, and I can explain it a little better. When nobody is watching you, absolutely nobody cares what you're doing online. They're not watching your show. You got 2 subscribers, and that's family members. Are you doing something that you really love doing, regardless of the response that you would get from people? Because that's got to be where you start. Let me say it again. You have to start with doing something on social media that you love to do. All right. Regardless of people watching you or not, you will still do this. Second thing is, you got to be good at it. You can't just love to do it, but you got to have a skill set built around what you love doing that makes you somewhat of an expert, makes you the person that people will come to and listen to. You love doing it, regardless of the audience, and you're skilled at it. And then the third thing is, it is actually meeting a need or answering a question of someone else. And if you have those 3 things in the middle as they touch, that gets to be your niche. When it comes to the content that you are creating, and you're creating content in that niche, trying to find the right audience for you. Okay? There are people on Facebook, on YouTube that are doing a myriad of things. Okay, I can't tell you I be a content creator or a user, a brand specialist like me. I can't tell you to do that. I have to. My advice to you is finding your own lane. I mean, we got people from I have friends that are quilters that are just doing instructional videos on quilting. I have people that do woodwork. I have people that do Disney. These are people I know that have content that's way outside of the bounds of what I would ever do. Political commentators that I know doing very well. Okay, but they found their niche and they begin to build an audience around it. The quilting person I know, she does everything quilting. She does tutorials, she has accessories, she has Amazon links to different accessories, and that's all included in her content, and she's monetized it. It's all possible. I think that the well-being that we have is connected to the ability to get paid for our work. You can really have burnout when you're not getting anything out of it. Hey, what's going on with this content creator world you got going on? I want to be live again. You make any money from that? No, not really. I just love doing it. You can only do that or say that for so long. People are going to be asking you, and you spend so much time doing this. Are you telling me you're really not making any money? I don't want that for you. I want you to be in a place to where you are really doing well with this and you really can. It is out there. It is available for you. Okay. It is out there and it is available. All right. So when we're thinking about the algorithm and how we're connected, again, my recommendation is for you to change algorithm to audience. Okay. And for you to focus on something that you love to do, that you're skilled at, that meets the need or answers a question of someone else. And that question should not be someone else, but other people. You need to find something to where you can help a group of people with the content that you're doing. How would that help? Number one, you like doing it and it's helping somebody else. I mean, those things, when you mark that off the list of how do I have fulfillment, and you're great. How can I show up to the Streamers Hub? On Monday nights at 7 p.m., I love to be able to talk about content creation and even with this, mindsets of a content creator, but I'm helping somebody. The idea behind me doing this is to help you. Okay. Now, the skill part is of me being skilled at this. That's it's kind of like beauty is in the eye of the beholder. I think I have a little skill, but I could always get better. Okay. I could always get better. Now, the next thing I want to talk about, I want to be sure that I stay in order here because there's so many things that I want to share tonight. I want to get it all out. Um, when it comes to social media, I really like to have an opportunity for me to be me. Now, social media is different from your YouTube channel. Okay. You can use your social media to publicize your YouTube channel and your content, but I think you need to have a balance with it. I think sometimes you need to talk about what advertise your latest video. Sometimes you need to do shorts and reels on your latest video. And sometimes you need to share practical things or even entertaining things. Now, my entertainment that I do surrounds my wife and I. All right. When we're out traveling, I, I videotape certain things that we do. And that gets to be a part of my entertainment that I share on social media. So not only do they get, oh, Strix is going to be on at this time talking about something with content creation, but you're asking to watch a reel and you see my personality outside of being a show host. So you get both of them. People should know that me and my wife, we travel a lot and we get a chance to I show it off. I show off what she does and her music. So often you would say, hey, Strick talks about his wife and her doing music. Well, if you go on my social media page, you can see the last place we were. I like that. People are connected with me, not just because I'm a content creator, but sometimes the content is based off a personal relationship that I'm sharing with you. And what's your goal with social media? Is your goal, this is a good one, guys. Is your goal to make a post go viral every time you go on? If you're saying, I'm going to make a viral post every time I go on, I think you have the wrong idea about social media. Could a post go viral every time? Yes. Could it not? Yes. Okay. There are people that are putting out 9, 10 pieces of content every day. You think all of those pieces of content, even with them being monetized and having a company behind them producing this stuff, do you think it's hitting? Absolutely not. 9 pieces of content is not hitting a day. But what if 3 of them do? Why am I bringing it up? None of us content creators are doing 9 pieces of content a day. But if you do 9 in a week, why would you expect all 9 to go viral? I'm saying that because I want you to have a healthy expectation of what your social media is and what it could do. I want you to have a healthy expectation of what social media is and what it could do. Don't expect. What's the good part? The good part is I get a chance to share what I want to share. Now, I'm not one of those kind of people. Like, I know there are people that don't like social media, period. Like, they're not on Facebook at all. They think it's an invasion of privacy. If you want to find me, you got to find somebody that's on that can contact me. Like those people. I get it. I'm not that person. But I am the person that uses social media for marketing only. I market what I want to market. Sometimes people, like, I hear this all the time, like it's a bad term. People, you have to watch how people post who they want to be. Like they're posting what they want you to see. And it's okay. Nobody posts bad things. You just don't do it. Some people post accidents. Some people post. I have no idea why you would post yourself in a hospital, but people do that. Pray for me. Like, people do that. I get it. Um, because it's personal to them, and they can get a lot of sympathy out of. Oh, I can't believe you're in the hospital, and all this other kind of stuff. Like, you can just make a post. You don't have to share a picture, but people do that. I use social media for the marketing aspect of it. It is not something that when I posted, I wanted to go viral. Now, my wife, she has a couple of different pages, and one of the pages is performances of hers. So, guess what? We've had a performance do over 1 million views, just a regular video or reel, right? That has happened. Erica says she's loved marketing, and so do I. I love marketing too. You have to be very thoughtful in what you're doing as a content creator to use marketing as best you can. Okay, you want to do that. Use the marketing tools as best you can. It does not have to be personal. I share some personal things like some highlights. I have my youngest is graduating. Guess what? We're gonna do graduation pictures. He went to the prom. Guess what? We did some prom pictures, just sharing some personal things. But that's for our marketing of who we are, like who our family is, and it's not so personal. He's 18. He's not a 3-year-old or 1-year-old kid that we're trying to hide from the world. You know what I'm saying? It's not that private for me. Okay. So when I talk about my youngest graduating, hey, you go to the page, you can see pictures of him. I talk about my older two that are twins and that are working and making more money than me now. You go to my page, you can see them. It's part of who I am, right? Part of who DJ Strick is. I include all that. Some people don't include, and they kind of have a separate thing, and it's okay for you to do that. But the idea is having a good social media page and social media, using it for its good. And it is a great way to market. Thank you. Thank you very much, Erica. Yes. Thank you for the congratulations. To market who you are and what you want people to see. I'm sharing with you the best way to use social media is not just to do business, business, business. I think that you have to have a balance with business, with tools, some freebies, and then some personal things so people can connect with you. That is how I would use it for good. And I would not have any expectation of any of those things going viral. Zero expectation of the viral thing. Do I know who my audience is? And am I expecting some of those audience people to see it and click like? Yes, I'm expecting some of my audience to see it and click like. Okay. But I'm not expecting it to do 1 million views every time. Now, once you have 1 million views, you would like to have another one. And guess what? The idea is to duplicate what you did the first time to get that going. But it's very hard to do that again. Facebook had to pick up that video and recommend it to so many people for it to get 1 million views. That was a Facebook thing. And we are constantly putting up videos based off her performances so people can see them. I'm using it with zero expectation. I'm going at my pace with zero expectation. All right. I'm using it for my good and not just to build a business to where it's all got to make sense because I want my mental health behind it. Okay. All right. So those are two things. And I got so much more to talk about and so little time because time is flying by. Um, discover to how to live stream your own wellness initiative. Well, what is your wellness initiative? Do you even have one? Is that something you ever thought about? So I had this. Um, oh man, thank you about that because I haven't did that at all to remind people to just click the like button if there's anything that you hear here tonight. Thank you, Erica, for that. Wellness initiative. So year after year of doing user generated content, I was told that the best thing to do is to find a time to go live to live stream and be consistent with it. So if we're consistently going live on Monday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, basically the audience could be ready and prepared for us to go live. And guess what? I tried that. Okay. I absolutely tried that. And 2 years into it, I felt like, oh my goodness, I am tired. And I'm refusing to say the word burnt out. I was just tired of live streaming every Monday at 7 p.m. Like, even with my job, there is vacations, right? I would take a day off. If we had a standing Monday meeting, guess what? Some of those meetings based off holidays, we would cancel. But not if you're live streaming, because even though it's a holiday, guess what? You still may have to go on and do a live holiday event. So what I did was decide when I talked to the brands or when I talked to people that I would do not 52 weeks. What if we did 45? What if we did 44 or 42 shows? So now, if I just say 42, I have 10 inside of the year that I could rest, that I could do vacations or just not be live. That was a part of my wellness planning, understanding that if I tried to do 52 weeks, there were going to be some I was going to be sick on that I was going to miss. There just was going to be times where I didn't feel like live streaming. And when you don't feel like doing it, guess what? The audience knows it. The audience knows it. And this is Erica's thing. She's saying, hey, yes, I take the weekends off. Great that you have a plan to do that. Great that you have a plan to do that. There's a lot of content creators that's when they go on. They work on the weekends because they work during the week doing something else. All right. So Erica's saying she also fell off keeping up with the same day and time after 2 years also. It's tough. It's tough. So my recommendation, guys, is you understand that you need to have a wellness initiative for yourself. You need to be looking at the calendar for the year and figuring out, hey, these are my times I'm going to be on. These are the times I'm going to be off. And then have a way to explain that to your audience and let them know, hey, this next week's coming up. Guess what? I'm not going to be here. But the following week or the week after that, guess what? We're going to be back with a brand new show with these guys. And, have a plan and be able to communicate that plan to your audience. They're not going anywhere. If you're providing some really good tools and helps, guess what? When you come back, your audience will be there. I have some people that I'm working with that's traveling right now. Guess what? They can't do the live stream they would normally do. I'm waiting on them to come back. And when they come back, they're going to have a story about what they did while they were gone. It's just going to be more engagement. I love it. But have a plan. And we're just talking about when you go live. But have a plan for your expectations of your videos. Man, I really want people to make great content that can go viral. But also not expect everything to go viral to where you are disappointed when it doesn't. Let me make it real world for you. Real world example here. My wife is a smooth jazz flutist. Okay. She has several Billboard number ones. I think she's up to 4 right now. She has probably put out 8 singles. So that means it's 50-50 now. And I'm saying this because I'm sharing this because you got to understand that it is a little different with music. So 8 singles, 4 of them hit number 1. The rest of them, I think they were all, I'm confident to say all of them were top 20. Most of them were top 10 songs. It just didn't hit number 1. The expectation is to release a single that hits Billboard number 1 in the smooth jazz category. But what if it doesn't? We had the last week with her last 2 singles didn't hit number 1. And both times we had 2 different radio stations that missed the ball on promoting her song. Okay, where they were supposed to push it up to play it more, they pulled it down and boom, the algorithm is gone for her. The opportunity to be number one is gone. She was like at number three, number two, and number one was coming down. She should have increased in spins and been at number one, and her spins came down. So number one, two, and three all came down, even when her song didn't hit number one. Guess what? That happens. Yes, you have an expectation of going number one and you do all you can, but if you latch on to every song has got to be number one and you don't, what happens to your mental health? What happens to your heart from making music? Now, my wife is probably the most humble person you will ever meet when it comes to the performance of her music. She loves to play and to make good music. She is very satisfied with the music that she releases, whether it's number one or not. Now, this also is a person that had in 2021. Yes, I'm right in saying this. 2021, she had the number two song in smooth jazz for the whole year. That's a big deal. 2022, she had the number one song for the whole year on billboards, which is even bigger, right? So the expectation that she has is to definitely have songs that hit number one billboard, at least for the week, right? I had a song that hit for the whole year. I mean, great. Like people continues to spin this. But if it's always that's the expectation, but if there's always I gotta have this number one and you don't get it, what does that do mentally for you? So this is what we do. I'm the person that helps. I'm the person that's in her ear, giving her that confidence. We're watching it, we're tracking it. We have people that are making sure that things are going the way they are supposed to go, and we let it happen the way it's going to happen. We let God do His thing, right? Yes, the expectation is to be number one, but we don't hold our hat on if it's not a Billboard number one. It's not a good song, and that's not true. Okay, she is spending. Her music is being played all around the world. Guess what? Check mark. That's a win. It gets on Billboard at number 29. Check mark. That's a win. It gets the next week is number 15. Check mark. That's a win. Every time it goes up is a win, and you celebrate that win. And we did celebrate when we did have a number one because those things don't happen often. It does not. So you want to do all you can to make the best product, the best content for your social media, the best content for your YouTube channel, and give it to the algorithm, give it to your audience and say here, and then watch your audience respond to it. All right. As they respond to the content, then you modify and make changes based on their response. This time, hey, I see people dropping within the first 20 seconds of this video. I need to increase the engagement in the beginning so they stay longer. Those are things that you do from how your audience responds to you. All right. So now I want to talk about this thing called burnout. So according to the World Health Organization, burnout is a state of emotional, mental, and often physical exhaustion brought on by prolonged and repeated stress. All right. So when we put ourselves in this content creator world that we are constantly stressing ourselves to be able to get a response from the audience, yeah, there could be some burnout. There can be some fatigue. There can be some tiredness. So you want to continually do some things that are helping you. All right. What can cause burnout? A cause could be constant pressure, negative comments, or the hustle mentality. So yeah, that constant pressure to produce something every week. If you put it on yourself, if you put that pressure on yourself or getting to a deal or getting to a partnership with someone where you have to constantly show up, that could be a lot of pressure on somebody to not do it, especially when you're not motivated by what the end outcome could be, which is dollars. Like sometimes people are just not motivated by dollars. They're motivated by the product or being a help to someone else. That's a bigger motivation than dollars, right? Sometimes with some people. Negative comments. Let me handle this with people that are watching. I've said this before about negative comments. If and when you start getting negative comments, understand that you are winning, that you have been promoted to a higher level. What do you mean, Strick? Somebody is willing to watch your material, and most times they watch it all the way through and make a comment of any kind. You are winning. Yes, it is human nature to point out the bad things. People love doing that and get behind their computer and be this computer warrior or whatever and say all kind of bad things about you online. Remember, that person is watching you. You are not watching them. Negative comments should be changed in your mind to a positive. Sometimes negative comments could be true comments, and sometimes they can just be downright mean. But understand that person watched you, you didn't watch them. They took the time to write a comment to you. You haven't said a thing to them. And my response is with negative comments, not to respond. You want to read it, you want to understand it. If it's something that you can learn from and do different, do that. If it's just stupidity and meanness, don't even worry about it. All right. Erica said it in the comments there. You're not doing anything if you don't have some haters. I'm telling you, it is a part of the game. It really is. If you don't have some people not liking you or what you do, it is a part of the game. You want to understand that already. So negative comments is an actual promotion inside of what you're doing when you get them. It is almost like having that YouTube plaque. I'm telling you, you've made it to the next level in your content creation when people give you negative comments. I'm just here to help. All right. And a hustle mentality, always trying to find a way to get to the next thing monetarily. Be careful with using social media and content creation as a hustle because you can easily hustle your way out of this game. People will acknowledge it really soon that you do things one way, and that's to hustle. And content creators don't like hustlers. And I'm not saying someone that's a go-getter that's trying to do their best and do this and do that, and they're really trying to go after it. But some people will hustle everything. Everything is a game. They make one post and it gets 100 likes. Hey guys, I got this new guide to show you how to get 100 likes on your video. Like, you just got 100 likes. Like, why is that such a big deal? Like, why are you hustling that? People do it with books. They do all kinds of things. Let me show you how I did this with this book. Well, how about write the book that can help me do whatever, not your process? Okay, people know the process of making a book. Hustle the book, market the book. All right. So those are just things that I had on my mind tonight that I really, really, really wanted to help you with, to have an idea about these algorithms and trying my best to help you through having the right mindset. All right. Making sure that you do have your own personal wellness initiative. I think that's important. Don't leave here today without thinking about being well and making content because people will be able to tell. Okay. Being well, doing this because you like it, doing this because it's easy to you, doing this because it's helping somebody else, doing this because you're very skilled at it will make the difference. Don't allow the comments from social media to stop you from being great. It's just a different mindset. Now, I do have something that I think helped me, and I'll give this story and then we'll wrap it up. As a kid, probably starting in the sixth grade, I played American style football. And I'm saying American style football because we're international on the Streamers Hub. Um, and I really liked it. I really was good at it. And I thought that I would do that for a very long time. But in playing American style football, there it is a you call it a group or a team that you play on, but it's very competitive even on your own team. And to be good at it, you have to have a level of arrogance. Saying this, sometimes people think arrogance is a bad word. In that context in football, it is not. The idea is that there's someone that's lined up on the other side of you. You have to have the mindset that you are bigger, better, stronger than the other person, even if they are bigger than you. Like you have to have the mindset that you have what it takes to be able to win in a head-to-head combat between that person across from you. And that level of confidence, as I went from the sixth grade all the way through high school playing, has always stuck with me to have confidence in what I do. I'm hoping that even as I present, sometimes it's information I don't know much about, but the confidence behind it should be infectious. Like this guy talks like he knows what he's talking about. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. All right. But that confidence that comes from what I'm saying is always there. And why am I sharing this? Because I'm confident even when in the content I put out, even when it could be picked apart from somebody with a negative attitude. It could be. I mean, there's levels to all of this. Somebody could say, well, they didn't like something I said. They could not like something I said. They could not like how I said it. They could not like my diction. And I understand that, like to each his own. But that's not going to stop me from creating content. And sometimes people that don't have that internal confidence could be stopped based off of negative comment. And I want to share with you if you're doing this because you love doing it and you're skilled at it and you're helping other people, be confident in that and continue to make a difference. Guys, this is my time for tonight. I love doing the Streamers Hub every Monday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have a lot going on in the month of May. I've seen the lineup, guys. This is going to be some good stuff. I don't want you to miss it. Even in the replay, you can gain a lot of wisdom from watching the Streamers Hub, and definitely want you to do that. If you didn't see last week's show, I need you to go back in the archives and actually check out on YouTube. Just it's the playlist. It's all there. All the videos are there. Last week was really cool as well because I had the whole panel and hanging out with me, and I really enjoyed that. That being said, next Monday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you got me, DJ Strick, in the Streamers Hub, and I will see you guys then. And let me get this ready because now I got to count us out of here. All right, here we go. Should be ending, and it's not ending. All right, guys.